the first card you have your past is the Four of Swords. Very peaceful card. It's kind of partly peaceful, but partly lots of anxiety, because you've got this man resting, or this statue, and then you've got these swords, lots of anxiety kind of coming down on him. So a few different things. I'm looking at this in the Lovers card as well, so I'm looking at those two. So yeah, there's someone here who's a little bit difficult, a little bit stubborn with these swords, and I think, you know, your relationship with this person goes way, way back. You've had to deal with this kind of stubbornness. You've had lots of clashes, I think. You've always clashed with them, I think, and they're part of a couple. So I'm seeing a couple. One of those people you clash with all the time. I think the other one you probably don't. So it might be your parents, it might be some other relatives. I'm seeing family here, so it might be that, and it makes sense if you've known them all your life or for a long, long time. Very awkward. It feels quite awkward. Difficult feelings. It's like, you know, I love these people. They're my family. I really do love them. But I don't think I can be around them. I really can't. Or maybe I can just be around them for a little bit at a time, not a lot. I can't be there for a whole day. I can't stay with them. I can't, stay in their house for weeks or something. I'll go kind of crazy. So it's kind of that feeling, and not just because it's a bit annoying. There's something quite deep there, that you've always clashed with one of these people, of this couple. So very, very difficult situation. Now, with this statue, it might be that someone in this couple, probably the difficult person, or maybe the other one, I don't know, someone might not be all that well right now. It might be that someone's older, maybe they're in decline. I hate using that or putting it that way, but that's kind of what I'm getting. It might not be that, but it feels like someone's not all that well. Now, maybe someone's going to need some kind of care in the future, one of these people. If this is you, you might already know that might happen. It feels like someone might be resistant to having people care for them. Now, it looks like it's probably the stubborn person who thinks that makes sense there. There's a big chip on someone's shoulder. They don't feel good enough or something, and they kind of take it out on other people. And I think they might have taken it out on you throughout your life. And obviously you're an adult, you've moved away from that now, but you still need to kind of see these people, and you do care about them. You don't want any harm to come to them. That's kind of what I'm getting, but you can't really be around them for very long. So, I think you might have to get together with siblings or someone other family members, because there might be in the future some kind of very, very something that's very mentally draining on you. If you're the one that has to take care of them, that's very, very difficult on you. So something needs to be planned now. So I think get together with someone, talk about this, or at least start thinking about this if this all resonates with you. I know that's not a very uplifting start, that message, but I had to get that out to someone right away, because I was seeing that, and I wanted to make sure someone heard that. Okay, so there's something else I'm getting here. Obviously, with this card, he's by himself, so we're all in isolation right now. So I'm going to talk about this and the Lovers card together, because I'm seeing a kind of a merging of the two here. So it feels like maybe you're deliberately isolating from someone, or they're doing it to you, or maybe you both are. Yeah, I think you both are. I think you used to communicate with this person, and then it got slower and slower and slower, and then I think it just stopped. And I think maybe, it might have been you, might have been them, but I think you were very fed up with this low communication. And it wasn't just low communication, it was like they weren't really listening to you properly. It's kind of like, are you really interested in what's happening with me? Are you really interested in my life? Are you interested in me? Or are you just interested in yourself? So there's that kind of thing I think you're getting for them. And you can tell when someone's genuinely interested, and when they're just kind of nodding their head at you. So I think now it's kind of at a complete standstill, this communication. I think you might actually be separated. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like it might be that. And I think you go a long way back with this love connection, because this is the Garden of Eden, obviously, in the Lovers card. It's the beginning of time. So you go back a long way with them. I think you've been through a lot with them. I can see that. I think you went through a lot to be with them. I'm getting that as well. But what I'm seeing here is if you look at this Lovers card with this beautiful angel at the top, you're both going to rise up out of where you are now. So you might be separate, you might be not talking or something like that. But you've got this beautiful angel, so you're both going to rise up. And again, you can see in this card, someone wasn't listening to you properly. They weren't fully engaged, because this woman's not looking at this man. He's looking at her, but she's not looking at him. So, you might have been trying to communicate and they kind of weren't looking at you or noticing you or paying you attention. So there's that. And I think you might be separated right now, but at some time it looks like you're going to come back together in some way at least. You are going to talk again. And I really think, because with the Lovers card, because you've got the Lovers card there, and I'm looking across at these other amazing cards here, with the Four of Wands. So it looks like you're going to get back together at some time, and there's some kind of happiness in your future just looking across there. Okay, so the last card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. So look at this again. So you've got something in the middle of you, because if you look at this card, the branch on the left is an olive branch. Usually that represents a female, and there's an what's the other one? A palm leaf, that's right, on the other side. That represents a male. Now, again, whenever I talk about this card, it doesn't mean, it has to be a male and female relationship. It can be any relationship. It just represents a couple. But in the middle, you've got this division, which is like this lack of communication. There's some kind of thing that happened. You're upset or they were upset. I think it was probably you more. And, so that sword's in the middle of you. And, in both these cards, though, again, I'm seeing this as well, you're both going to rise out of where you are now, this separation. Something better is going to come to both of you. You're both going to rise into something better. Because, look at this beautiful crown that's at the top of this card, and it's joining the two of you together. It's joining the branches together. The crown is not the sword. That's the crucial thing here. The sword isn't joining the two branches together. It's the crown. And the symbol of the crown is really, really interesting, and it's important to this, what I'm seeing here. Obviously, it means rising up into a higher position, in royalty, so you're both going to rise up, so there's that. And, in biblical terms, when you think of a crown, there's the crown of life, and that's all, around scripture. You can see the crown of life's in there everywhere, and obviously that's about, well, it's more profound than this, but it's about getting through really, really, really terrible times and coming into a better time. So that's what's going to happen to the two of you. You've been through a lot together, and you've had to get through some pretty tough obstacles, I think, to be able to get together in the first place. And so you'll endure this as well, and you'll get through this as well. You're both a little bit stubborn, I think. I'm getting that kind of stubbornness there with the two of you. But yeah, it looks like you're meant to come back together. I really see that. I really believe that. I'm really feeling the fact that, you're down there, you're separate, and you're going to rise up together. I'm seeing that in both of these cards. It's very, very obvious here. And again, looking across, with the Four of Wands, that says that as well. Very, very good card. So another thing I'm getting here is, I don't know if you put forward some kind of proposal for something. It feels like something in writing, or there's something to do with writing. It might be a written proposal, or it might be a book proposal, something you want to study or something like that. And, as we all know, everything's come to a stop. We're all kind of in a standstill, which is really irritating. And so I think maybe you might have sent this off, or you might have started the process of the application or something, and it's come to a stop. So and there's lots of frustration around this, I'm feeling. If that's you, if you're feeling frustrated about something like that, it's going to work out for you. You're going to come to a time where they're either going to, tell you that, they want to kind of pursue this further, or something's going to happen. It hasn't got lost. It's not going to disappear. I think someone's going to get back to you on this, and you'll be able to get this process happening again. So I just want someone to know that, because I was getting a little bit of worry around this, and I was getting writing. So if that's you, don't worry about that. You're going to be able to do whatever this says. So the first card you have your present is the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about this thing. This is about this proposal or this writing thing, whatever this says. Because, you can see on this card, obviously, this is Pentacles, so it's about work, study, work, business, something like that. And it's springtime, so new growth is going to come. So this isn't about, I know this is springtime and it's springtime now, but I don't think this is about right now. I think this is about that time ahead of us when we all come out of this time, let's say. I know I'm dancing around with my words because, if you bring up certain words, such as CV, for example, you can be in trouble. You can lose your channel, actually. It's happened to people. So no more about that. I'm not going to talk about that. When we come out of this time, and we will, I think that's when you'll be able to start this project, this writing thing, whatever this is, you'll be able to start that up again. And it looks like what might happen is you might just put this whole thing out of your mind, like I am. I've got lots of things I planned on doing. They've all come to a stop. I've tried to just put them out of my mind. I'm forgetting about them for now until it's time to go back to them. And I think that's going to be what you're going to do. You'll just, your mind will be on other things. And then you get some kind of notice or some kind of communication about this, because the pages are about messages. And, it'll be something like, oh, come and you've been accepted, or come in for an interview or something like that. And you'll be, oh, right, I'm really surprised. So that's really good. So another message telling you that the outcome of this is going to be good if you're kind of worrying about this thing that's stalling. And if this is you, you put a lot of work into this. I can see that. Just, I don't know if you can see this, but right at the bottom where he's standing on this landscape, just on the right-hand side, there's a field, a little brown patch there, and it's got lines in it. So it's like a field that's been ploughed. So it's like all the work's gone in, the seeds are planted, it's been ploughed, someone's gone and done all the hard work, and the harvest's going to come. So it's going to happen. And, a lot of good things are going to come out of this. It might be that you make money out of this. Obviously, this is Pentacles. So fruit is going to come from this harvest. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. The next card you have, your Presence, Justice. So obviously, this is you. This is you. It's really telling, actually, that you're right in the centre. So what the message here, obviously, if you're in the centre of this whole spread, is put yourself at the centre. Put yourself at the centre of things. Because I'm seeing lots of work here, especially in this middle section, in the present. So, because I'm seeing lots of work, put yourself at the centre of work. So if you're at home, if you're in lockdown, wherever you are, you're not at the office, you're not in your business or whatever, if that's where you are right now, talk to clients, call people, get yourself in front of people's faces, basically. Keep yourself in their minds. Keep yourself at the centre of their minds. Because, I think people's minds move on quite quickly, especially if you've got a business. So keep on calling people, say, hey, how are you? Don't be too annoying, but I know you won't be. But so that's the message there. And something else here. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing again. I don't want to repeat myself, but it's very, very clear here. You and someone else, this love connection, you're going to come back together in some way. Now, what I'm getting here is in this card is, I'm not saying, oh, just forgive them if they're not paying you attention. Just go and say, oh, okay. If they say, oh, I'm really sorry, just say, okay, that's fine, forget about that. I'm not saying that. Of course, you're going to have to discuss things when you get together again. You've got to get to the bottom of things, of course. But what I'm getting here is, there's a reason why, if they haven't been talking to you, if they've been a bit preoccupied, they've been away, they've kind of left you up in the air, maybe they haven't texted you back or something, they've been absent, all of that kind of thing I'm getting, this lack of communication. There's a reason why that is. That's what I'm getting on this card. And I think when you talk again, that reason's going to come out. It's going to be revealed. Look at this curtain behind this woman. It's going to come down. You're going to be able to see what's behind there. And, look at what's behind there. It's clarity. This is yellow. This is the sun. It's all about bringing things to light. And also yellow is the colour of communication. If you ever want to work on communication, if you want someone to talk to you, I won't talk about that here. I might do it in another video. A yellow stone, a yellow candle, always good for opening up communication. Anyway, won't go into that. But yeah, yellow is behind the curtain. So there's communication and things being brought to light. So again, you're not going to say, oh, I automatically forgive you. It's not like that. But you are going to feel a lot more balanced after you talk and after you find out what this says. It's like, oh, now I understand. Okay, it's not ideal, but I understand a bit more now. That's kind of what I'm getting in that card. So the last card you have for your present is the 9 of Wands. Yeah, see, this is a little bit difficult. Okay, what I'm getting here is, again, I'm seeing this again. You both went through a lot to be able to get together for the first time when you did that. So there were a lot of obstacles you had to get through, lots of problems, and then you finally got together. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Now, I don't know why I'm getting this, but you might have kept it quiet, this relationship in the beginning, for some reason, because I'm seeing a quiet start to this, and I don't know why, but I have to say this, I have to be honest, it looks like there were some people that were hurt when you got together. I know this sounds like sneaking around. I don't know whether that's what happened or not, and I don't want to accuse you of things, but this is what I'm seeing. You both left some old situations. It looks like maybe to be together, or one of you did. Again, I'm not condoning sneaking around, and I'm not saying that's what you've done either. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing here. What I can see is, whatever happened, there were some people that were hurt when you came into this relationship. That's what I'm seeing. Now, but whatever's happened in the past, there's more growth with this person than in any relationship you've had in your past, if this is you. And if this is you, if you know that this is you, that will obviously apply to you if you know it's you. But yeah, because I don't want people to kind of imagine that that's what's happening. You'll know deep down if that's you, if this is the relationship that we're talking about here. And yeah, look at where this man's come from. There are all these, I don't know if you can see, I'll lift it up so you can see. So there's all these barren rocks behind him, these hills and everything. There's no growth there. That's what you left behind, something or a relationship or something where there was no growth. So you're in the right place with this person. I know cross-watchers are going to be a little bit angry if you've got exes here, but I'm seeing this everywhere. I can't deny this. It feels like you're meant to be with this person here in this card here, in this new relationship. This relationship that you're kind of separated from them right now, and yeah, you're separated now, but you're meant to be. You're meant to be. I can't help it. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Hierophant. Right. So look at this. I think pretty much everyone that's watching this knows what this is about, the sequence between these two cards, the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. Obviously, it can mean marriage, or just, if you don't want marriage, a really, really stable, long-term relationship. A lot of people don't want marriage. I'm one of them. I don't really want marriage. But yes, a nice relationship would be fantastic. So very, very stable. So this is another huge sign that you're supposed to be, again, and you're going to come together. You're going to come together. You're going to start off by having some kind of talk. That's what I'm seeing. Now, it looks like there might have been a little bit of pressure on the two of you as a couple in the past. I'm seeing a bit of family pressure. I'm seeing a little bit of pressure around you as a couple in the Nine of Wands. People around you, maybe disapproving or not being all that happy for you because you got together. And again, some people were hurt. I'm seeing that again. I'm not sure why that is. And you might have lost someone, I think, as well. Someone who used to be close to you. They're not close to you now, maybe because of this relationship or something like that. I'm getting that too. So if this is resonating with you, when you come back together again, yeah, there are lots and lots of different issues. I think there are issues with both your families, actually, or at least one of them, but I am seeing probably both. And with other people as well who kind of had problems with your relationship. There's something like that going on. I'm not sure what it is. So you're going to have to come to some kind of an agreement about all those things, because it feels like maybe you've always had this, a little bit of conflict around, your families, maybe you disagree with what their family says, maybe they disagree with yours, maybe that's been something you've argued about or something. So it's got to be dealt with if that's you. You've both got to be on the same page about your families. You need to be strong as a unit, because when these people come and they disapprove and they start saying things, they might get one of you aside or the other one. You can't be like that anymore moving on into the future. If that's you, you need to be very strong, a very, very strong unit. So I'm getting that really clearly for someone. And I think you can both achieve that. There'll be a lot more harmony around your families if you can be strong as that unit. And you can see that in the Four of Wands. These two women are really happy, they're welcoming, they're saying welcome to the family. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So and also it's totally symmetrical, so beautifully balanced, harmony, and that's how you're going to come back into balance and harmony, by really, really talking this out, putting the time in, and making sure you're both together and with what you both think, and you can both face all these obstacles as a team. So a lot has to happen. It's a lot of work, I know, but if that's you, you can absolutely do this. I can see this everywhere. So the last card you have your future is the Page of Wands. So you've got two pages here. So there's definitely a message coming. And so what that tells me is, if there's a message coming to you, that they're probably going to be the one that comes to you and starts talking first. So that's what I'm seeing, because I've got two pages. Now, it looks like, even though they're coming in first, it looks like you might be the one who sort of starts the more serious conversation, because I'm getting a little bit of I don't know if excitement's the right word, it might be, but it's kind of like, oh, we're talking again, I'm so excited, I'm so happy, let's talk about happy things, let's talk about fun things. And maybe that's how they're going to be when you first talk again, because the pages are teenagers, so there's this kind of childlike happiness and excitement, and that it's all starting up again, and that's fantastic. Of course, it's a good thing, but you've got big things to talk about, and so I think you're probably going to be the person that takes the lead on the more important conversations. But yeah, all the signs are here. You can absolutely work through that and more. There's so much growth here. Very, very positive, very beautiful. You've just got things to work through, that's all.